Hi, and welcome to The Abstract, presented to you by the Western Student Research Conference. My name is Janica, and I am the creative lead for The Abstract.
And my name is Ishita, and I am one of the co-chairs for WSRC.
And we have our amazing marketing team with us today, and they're going to be talking about their side of the WSRC.
I'm Julia. I'm the marketing director for this year's conference.
And I'm Radhika, and I am from the marketing team.
I'm Alia Mufti, and I'm in marketing.
Great, so let's get on to the juicy questions. Why did you guys choose to join WSRC?
I guess I'll start. I chose to join the WSRC because I wanted to immerse myself with people who had similar interests as me, as well as kind of spread awareness about how important research is in a variety of fields.
I guess in a similar way, I just really like the idea of this whole organization that brings in students who are from various disciplines, bringing in, having a common ideal and common goal, and creating this really nice, like-minded research environment, which I thought was really cool. So yeah.
As a science undergrad, I think it's super important to not only be in the clinical side of things, but also the behind the scenes, which is the research. And so I'm super into research, and I thought, why not join this if I like research and meeting new people who also love the same.
Nice. Okay, great. So branching off from that, so you guys joined WSRC, but why did you guys choose marketing specifically? On your application, why did you apply to marketing? Hopefully you guys did. I know me and Mud did some shuffling around with the applications, but hopefully marketing was something that you applied for. But why did you join marketing specifically, or why were you drawn to it?
I'm gonna say for me specifically, I love communicating and writing. I'm also on the newspaper team at Western and stuff. So for me, my mode of communication is through art and words and writing it down and stuff. So I thought it would be super cool to mix those passions of research and also communication and working that together to bring me to marketing.
I think personally, previous experiences I've had helping to run a social media account and just spreading word of causes I'm passionate about, those experiences have positively impacted me. And I wanted to bring that to WSRC.
Yeah, similarly, I had a lot of background and experience in marketing. So coming in, I thought this would be probably the best way to apply, considering my experiences. But moreover, Radhika was saying, she mentioned how her background in communications and writing was something I also came from. So having that to include in this experience was something that I thought would be fun.
Awesome. Great answers. And you've had experiences with marketing before, prior to this year, also this pandemic as well. So did you find any changes in regards to, the whole process with marketing during this pandemic?
Me specifically, I think it was so much more harder to communicate, especially when we were releasing the news for the podcast, for example. We had to do the countdown, and so I had to constantly text Julia and be like, should I post it now? Is this the caption I should say? Does this look good? And it's back and forth, which was time consuming. Whereas in person, it'd be so much more easier where I just flip the laptop or my phone and be like, this is good, right? I'll just post it right now. Because of the pandemic, and also the fact that we can't see each other in person, I think sucks, because as much as personal Zoom is, I think being there in person makes the team a little stronger. But yeah, those are the differences I felt.
Yeah, communication has definitely been harder. And I think the pandemic has just placed more emphasis on the fact that social media is becoming more and more important in communicating different initiatives and stuff. I think it's just a really valuable tool now more than ever.
Yeah, I think the main difference I sort of even mentioned was this like idea of like word of mouth. Like before, there was a bit of leniency in terms of like communication and spreading the word because you were able to like talk to your classmates, you were able to like, spread the news with your friends and then they spread it to their friends. So there was a bit like a easy way of communicating, getting the word out. But now since we're only relying on social media, there's been, it in a way it's like it's helpful because social media can reach further groups, but there's also that fear of knowing that how are we going to make sure this like account is going to get heard, like how do we spread it in that way. So I think that was one of the main challenges that we had to like overcome and figure out a way to like deal with. So yeah,
That's very interesting, especially like you have to like turn your eye into who your demographic is. And I think you bring up a really good point. So how do you actually catch the eyes of the demographic we're looking at? So undergrads.
Okay, so this one's like sort of hard because like the attention span of people is very short. So when like I'm trying to create something for any project, I try to think of like what I would want to see. And specifically what like this is just my experience because I was handling that entire situation was the countdown for the podcast. I would search up on like different websites like how to catch attention spans, and like something that we constantly use is our phone. So I thought of the idea of sending a text message as the idea for, oh, there's like 2 days left. So it was like it looked like someone was texting someone else saying 2 days left until the reveal. And so you had to like constantly think of new ideas to make sure that people are actually looking at whatever you're posting.
yeah, and I think there's also this growing trend of like aesthetic and minimalistic looks, right? And it seems like it would be an easy way to approach this, but sometimes you have a lot of information. So when it came to like poster makings and creating social media posts, you had to like figure out a way to make it look nice without being too much. So I think that was one of the things that we had to like figure out.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And just even keeping within a theme and making everything look together is also a thing that
Yes.
we were working towards.
Something we made sure we did was like we communicated what colors we wanted to use in the beginning, because that's really important because we're not seeing each other face to face. So we can't be like, even in the color shade of red, because that's what we're like known for. There are so many shades of red. So to communicate with each other, like, this is the color we want to go for. This is the font we want to go for, was something that was super important this year as well.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Being from like a marketing background for the past 3 years, I know the struggle. I sympathize and empathize with everybody, the whole marketing team. They're doing a great job, by the way. Just making sure that all listeners know it. But I know it's different now because you guys can see each other or like, do things as probably would have been done if we were all in person at school. But do you guys want to maybe describe how you go about making your promos? Like, do you guys pick the color scheme beforehand, like as you've already mentioned, or is it like based on an idea, like, we want abstract posts versus like actual abstract submission post versus an abstract podcast post? Like, is somebody involved with something else, or what's the process? Just kind of break it down.
I think it's we're pretty open to creative freedom. So as long as we stick mostly with the certain shade of red and like the white and the gray, I think having a variety of posts is awesome so that it's more eye-catching and it's not all the exact same thing. But yeah, I think that's very important.
Something like Julia has also done, which I found really helpful, was she made like some sort of schedule for like every week. So obviously we'd have our meeting every Friday, but on top of that, she made a schedule saying like, like this by this date we should post this, and by this date we should post that. So that's really helped us like keep on top of our stuff and make sure when we have to post a certain post. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty lenient, which actually helped in terms of creating a more cohesive idea of what we want, because in this way we like have like a broad outline of what we were hoping for, and then we were able to like create all these different ideas and then break it down from there. So I think that was like a really interesting process, which actually ended up being very beneficial for our team, I think. So yeah.
Something else like I want to mention was we didn't break it down as to like one person does a podcast and one person does like the post for applying now. It was like we all did it for each section, and then we like together as a group would pick like which one's the best, or like Julia would pick like, you know, this week we'll post this one or this one. So I feel like because we were able to do it for all of the posts that we needed to do it for, it just gave us that much more of a selection to choose from.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
you guys do it really fast too. Like, I'm super proud of you.
I think we all work together really well. So
Yeah.
I think the team is just great this year.
So glad. So glad. Okay, so personally, between all of you, what is your favorite promotion that you've made or you've been part of, or like so far? Which one do you guys like the best? Any preference?
I think it's hard to pick, honestly.
Has it not been posted yet?
I really like the podcast ones with the phone and then the headshots like in the phone. I think it's a really cool idea. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I'm gonna bandwagon on that and say, yeah, that was a really interesting. I like the idea. It was really cool. So I'm gonna go with that one too.
Honestly, I can't pick. They're all really good.
No, yeah. I think, yes, right from the beginning when you guys shared like your folder of posts, potentially just from the get-go, we were like, whoa, this is so many, like right off the bat. We're like 11 hours, just like excited, like, whoa, we already have so much stuff we can post. But no, yeah, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for your work and your time. And I know this is not the full marketing team, but you guys are doing great. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So you've mentioned that, you know, creating designs are part of your hobbies, right? So what else are you interested in? I'm just curious. Like, what are your hobbies?
One of my favorite hobbies is to sing. Like, I do it on the regular, and like I'm singing all the time in my room, and then like my sister's room is like literally right beside mine, and she's always just screaming like, "Shut up! Like, stop!" Like, so yeah, I'm singing and writing. As I said, like I love writing. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say my hobbies are kind of boring. They're just like the typical like reading, writing, you know, watching good TV. So
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite show?
Ooh, that's hard. Currently, I would say Fleabag is my favorite show. Yeah.
I haven't
I don't know
heard
if you've heard of it, but it's a really good show. I highly recommend.
If you
What
want
is
to
it
show
about?
if you want to show recommendation, you should watch White Collar. It's really good if you haven't watched it.
Will do. My hobbies are, you know, binge watching shows like probably a lot of people. And also, especially now more than ever, working out and like getting active. I feel like I just can't stay in the house all day. So I like to do like one thing a day that keeps me active in some way.
What did you do today?
What did I do today? I'm actually going to go work out after this.
Oh,
Yeah.
exciting.
You know, I need to start working out more. And like before the pandemic, I used to work out like 2.5 hours at the gym because that's where like I clear my mind as well.
Yeah, I think physical health really like equates to mental health too. So it's just really good all around. So yeah.
Okay, so thank you for listening. We talked a lot about the marketing side of the WSRC. Where can you follow us? That's a big part too.
We're actually on Instagram, Facebook, and now we're on Twitter, all at Western SRC. So yeah, give us a follow, please.
Yay.
Yay. And we also learned more about, you know, the lovely faces, some of the lovely faces of the marketing team. And I'm really glad they all came here today to sort of talk about the whole marketing aspect of the conference. So thank you so much for coming here and talking to us about what you do.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you.